Welcome to the online classes, Environmental Pollution Part 7. Today's topic for discussion is biomedical waste management. So what is biomedical waste means? Any kind of waste containing the infectious material is called as a bio-waste. Any substance, it is having a nature of disease causing nature, then such type of materials are called as a biomedical waste. So it includes the waste of medical or laboratory origin, packaging, unused bandages, infusion kits, etc., as well as research laboratory waste containing biomolecules or organisms. Collectively, it is called as a biowaste. Which are the major places or the sources which generating the biomedical waste? See, the biomedical waste is generated in several places labs, that is diagnosis, prevention or treatment of the diseases. The common generators include hospitals, health clinics, nursing home, emergency medical service, medical research, labs, office of physician, dentist, veterinarians, home health care, mortuaries, funeral homes, every place the biomedical waste will be generated. So biomedical waste means the waste, it is infectious in nature, is called as a biomedical waste. So here, before moving on to that biomedical waste process, there are two categories. This biomedical waste, partly it is hazardous, partly it is non-hazardous. The hazardous is of 20% and 80% is non-hazardous. So this 20% hazardous means the bandages used and the blood transfusion tubes used, the needles which are used, all such things are called as a and knives, scissors, which are used during the surgeries. All such things we call it as a hazardous biomedical waste. Rest of the things we call it as a non-hazardous. See, the biomedical waste, it is two classes. One is a hazardous biomedical waste, non-hazardous biomedical waste. It is in the ratio 80 is to 20. 80% it is non-hazardous, 20% is the hazardous. What is this 20% consists of means? It is a bandages, used bandages, and it is blood transfusion tubes and kidney dialysis tubes and the needles, the syringes, the scissors, all the sharp objects which are used in the hospitals and nursing homes, which are in touch with the human fluid, are called as a hazardous waste. So how can we segregate these biomedical waste means? Depending on the nature, it can be distributed into four different bins. So there are different bins like yellow bin, red bin, blue bin and black bin. So all the infectious waste like bandages, gauze, cotton, any other objects which are in contact with the body fluid of human, and these are dumped into the yellow bag. These are all infectious in nature. It cannot be thrown just like that. It should be treated with the chemicals, then only it can be thrown out. So the second waste, I told it is 20 is to 80. 20 is infectious, other 80 is not hazardous. How to distribute that means? All the plastic related things like plastic waste such as catheters, injections, syringe tubings, IV bottles, all such sort of things can be dumped into the red bag. And all type of glasses, broken glass articles, outdated medicines, expiry medicines, all such things will be dumped into the blue bag. The black bag is for the sharp edge objects like needles without syringes, blades, and sharp metal objects can be thrown into the black bag. So I'll repeat again. So these biomedical waste, 20% is hazardous, another 80% is non-hazardous. This 20% hazardous means it is infectious in nature. Another 80% is not that much hazardous, but it cannot be dumped together. It should be separated depending on its nature. So it can all the infectious substances into the yellow bag like bandages, gauzes, cotton, any object which is in contact with a human body fluid, and the all plastic related things like blood transfusion tubing and dialysis tubing, syringes without injection, as without needle, and IV bottles, all such things were dumped into the red bag. And all the glass type of things, all types of glasses, glass bottle, broken glass, and outdated medicine, expired medicine should be dumped into the blue bag. The last one is a sharp edge objects like needles without syringe, blades, scissors, such things are dumped into the black bag. Like this, it is segregated. After segregating, it should be processed. So, how to take care of these biomedical waste means there are several steps. So these are the approved treatment methods for the disposal of the biomedical waste. The first one is autoclaving. It is nothing but a low heat thermal process, and it uses a steam for disinfection of the waste. So the materials which we have seen in a yellow color bag, it is having infectious substances in it. Tubing, it can be the tubes used for the blood transfusion, or it is a needles or whatever it is. We can't throw as such. It should be treated with a steam. So there are two types of the steam. Depending on the method, they are used for removal of air packet. They are gravity flow autoclave and vacuum autoclave. That means the infectious substances are treated with the steam in a autoclave, that is called as the autoclaving. The second method is a chemical disinfection. Simply in a huge drum, certain disinfectants like sodium hypochlorite or chlorine dioxide or peracetic acid or hydrogen dioxide is added, and these infectious materials are put in that for some time, sterilize them. So that is how you can make them non-infectious in nature. So this is called as a chemical disinfection. The third type is the third type is microwaving. So microwaving means making use of the microwave radiations to kill the bacteria which are present in that materials. So it's a process which disinfect the waste by moist uh, treatment, heat generated by the microwave radiation. So by making use of the microwave radiation, the steam will be generated. The steam is passed over the infectious materials, make them disinfect, and then only dispose it. Directly we can't dispose them. The bandages or all other things, the yellow color back things and red color back things cannot be disposed just like that. Initially, it should be processed by microwaving process. Last one is incineration. So all those things after the making them non-hazardous. So if you feel it can't be recycled, it can't be reused, all such materials are dumped into the incinerator. Already we are familiar with the incineration. So here it is heated in a closed chamber. There are some substances which can produce the heat, means the heat can be used for the production of electricity. The all other things will become a ash. That ash again should be tested for the poisonous or toxic substances like lead, mercury, etc. Then only it can be dumped into the landfill site. That is how it is possible to process a biomedical waste. So that completes the environmental chapter. Thank you all students.